Alright, so yeah, welcome back again, and today we'll be looking at auto layout. Yes, this is something I've been looking to teach you about. Yes, because there's a whole lot to learn about. Not really a whole lot, alright. But then, okay, so what is auto layout? Let's get down to business. Auto layout, just like you have it here, I decided to write this down. Okay, so said auto layout helps you make your design responsive and flexible. It automatically adjusts the position and spacing of elements when you add, remove, or resize them without you moving things manually. Yes, so auto, automatic, from the word automatic, automatic. All right, so I don't know how they got it, but then auto layout, it helps you to be able to ensure that you don't have to do things manually. Sometimes, don't worry, you're going to understand as you get on your design adventure. You're going to find out that yes, you don't have to do everything manually. There are some things that are there to help you out. Okay, and what can you do with this auto layout? You'll be like, oh, what do I need to do with auto layout? All right, so just like I have here is you can add padding around content, you can control the space between items, and you can stack elements vertically or horizontally, and you can also wrap them. I didn't have that, right? You can wrap things. Okay, when you type and then it wraps it. Don't worry, I'm going to explain all of this. All right, and then we have last one is make your designs make designs that respond well when content changes. All right, so let's say, okay, let's get down to business. Okay, okay, let's delete this ship. Oh, let me leave it there. I'm going to come back to it very soon. Okay, all right, so let's have this text. Let me have it as button. I think button is fine. Okay, all right, so if you want to create an auto layout for this text here, all right, for you to be able to create an auto layout for this particular text, we want to design a button. Okay, so in order to create this auto layout, you just need to right click. All right, and then you look for add auto layout. Can you see add auto layout? And then the shortcut for that is shift plus A. All right, so you add it and you see it says auto layout added. All right, so once that is added, you now see that there is a feature that wasn't there before. Okay, sorry, I thought okay, so let's get back. All right, so so this is it, and then you have auto layout. So it has a whole section to itself here. All right, so let's try to explain what we have here. So let's begin from, you can actually you can change the color of your auto layout here. Yes, you can. All right, so let's try to add fill to it. So what color do you want? I told you I'm a fan of blues. I'm always going to go with blue. All right, so we have this blue. All right, so we can actually change the text color here. So let's try to change it. So just double click on it and then you can select the text. So let's change it to white. Okay, aha, so black is not in contrast with blue. Okay, and then come back to your layout tree. Right, ensure that your auto layout is selected, and yes, you can also add stroke to it. Let's say you add stroke of let's say maybe red. Yeah, not so going well, but let's just leave it there. All right, so let's increase the size of it. This is just a very practical class. You can make this outside. Yeah, but don't design your buttons like this. Okay, this is actually not looking good. All right, so we need to move down to the next thing. So when you create an auto layout, remember we said that auto layout, they automatically adjust the positions and spacing of elements. All right, spacing of elements when you add or you remove. So let's see what that really means. Okay, so let's select this our button here. All right, so these are you create buttons. Okay, so automatically it creates a width of 196. You could see hug here, it creates height of 88, and you can still see it shows that hug. All right, so you see gives us the fact that you can still lock the aspect ratio. That's very beautiful, see. And so with this you are having both a text and you're having a rectangle shape here or a shape here at the same time, just from one single click. All right, instead of you trying to create a rectangle and text all together, but then just with auto layout you have the two in one. That's very beautiful. Okay, and then we have this here. So these are all of the options that you can do with your auto layout. So this is for horizontal. All right, so let's say I put a button or maybe any shape or maybe text and all of those things. All right, you can add it. Remember that it has to do with the okay, so let me try to let's try to add an icon in this button here. So let's come here. So there's something called plugin. All right, so on Iconify you can check my account, my previous video when I talked about plugin and I was talking about Iconify, how beautiful it is. All right, so that's where you can find different icons. Okay, I don't know what can we find exactly. Okay, all right, so let's look for home. Okay, let's look for an icon that has to depict home. All right, so I don't know, you can choose anyone that you like. Okay, I'm looking for the one that pleases me. I think I like this. Okay, it's looking nice. All right, so let's add this. So and then you click on import as frame. Okay, and yes, so you can click on close. All right, so if you can zoom in, let me zoom in so you can see this. All right, so it automatically always locks the aspect ratio for every of the icon that you have on Iconify. All right, so yes, you can actually change the color. You can see here selection colors. So let's try to change this to white. All right, so you can increase the size and all of those things. Okay, but then that's not our main focus for now. Okay, so the next thing you need to do is, you see here showing that there's space, the padding of 10, the padding of 10, the padding of 10, and the padding of 10 again, and another one here padding of 10. All right, so let's try to explain it. So let's come back here to this auto layout panel. All right, you see here it's showing 10. This is the space between, you could see once I hover on it, it's showing a pink on this blue here inside of the auto layout. All right, which is trying to tell me that this 10 here, this gap here, this gap of 10 that I'm seeing here is actually the space between the home icon and the text. All right, so you can increase it and you can decrease it. Did you see that? And you can also determine how you want the, for example, now you see here the alignment is in center, meaning that whatever I'm doing, everything should be aligned in center. And you can decide to change it to left, top, center, many more and many more. Okay, and then for this one here, this is actually talking about the padding. All right, so for this here is actually the horizontal padding. Okay, that is the space between this the space there. All right, so just that's for here that we have 10 and 10 here. So you can actually have different padding for each of them. You can decide that for the left you are having 8, and for the right you're having 12. You can play with it. All right, so but watch out for more tutorials that I'm going to be doing when I'm going to be explaining about style guides. All right, so you can leave it as something of 12. All right, you see it increases the width size of the button. All right, so then we have the vertical padding. All right, so you can also increase it to what you like. Let's say maybe something of 24. Okay, and maybe you can have this at 16. All right, so that's just how you can be able to run around things. Okay, and yes, when you type in here, you actually have a number of things that happens also to your text. Okay, is that when I increase this here, the width size of the button also increases. All right, it's because it's automatically on hug. That means eyesight whatsoever I'm typing, let's I'm typing you, it increases. All right, yes, it increases. Okay, but then let's take it back. Okay, and yes, you can do whatever you want to do with it, and you can decide to leave it out on this, but then I'm going to explain that furthermore when I'm talking about how to create buttons. Okay, so keep tabs. All right, so that's just how you can be able to go about your auto layout. And then we have the vertical. Okay, so you see that it puts this we're having this. All right, so you can actually edit it as you like. All right, and then we have grid beta. All right, so those are just the new stuff that just came in from Figma. Okay, you can have the freeform. Okay, all right, and you can have this, take it back, and for the wrap that I make mention about, you have this here, so it gets to wrap it. So what the wrap does is that because of it's not going to really stay, so if I increase the size here, it should wrap it. Let's see, you see it's wrapping things here. So the reason why this icon is up here, you are looking at it, why is it up here? Yes, it's up here because of the alignment we give to it. So it's because it's on align top center. So if you want it to be on the same center, on the same balance with the text, so you bring it down to what? Align center. You see, so it's back again to where it was before. All right, so that's how beautiful auto layout is. You see that you can type, and the reason why I left this here, so let's quickly come here. All right, so you can select this. Let's say you draw a rectangle and a text here, so you can select both together, and you can actually convert this as well to an auto layout. Yes, you can. Okay, so remember, you right click and then you look for what? Auto layout. So it automatically aligns this rectangle and this text together. You see that? So that's actually very, very awesome. So you can go check it out, try to practice with it, and yes, you can try it out and let me see what you are doing. Okay, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.